Hey, it's me, RJ Luntum 89. And this is another Minecraft tips and tricks episode. Today, I'm going to cover a few handy tips and tricks that you can do out surviving. I wanted to do this episode more at night because that would make more sense, but since it is day, thought of doing something else, but I decided to do something else. As you can tell, I have made myself a stairway down into this cavern that I had found, which is pretty awesome, I would say. So, I think I'll still continue what I was planning on doing, but there's a few extra things. So first off, the quick tip of the day. If you don't have any, you run out of coal or haven't found any, if you have some extra wood, always you can drop it in. It makes yourself some awesome charcoal. So while that's cooking up, let me show you what you can do with some iron if you have found any. You can make a test of sears. You can make it diagonal. That's a good way to remember how. I like to remember. I'm having some trouble speaking. Dang. Anyways, do it in this diagonal shape of two iron bars stacking on each other, making a shears. I already made a pair, and as you can tell, I've already made myself a bed. I wanted to show you that you want to, anytime you're out and about, and you have two iron, make yourself a pair of shears to make yourself a bed. Now, the reason for this is you want to reset your spawn point. You don't want to be exploring the dark depths of the areas and end up, well, screwing yourself. And oh, there's a creeper. Well, there's some basic skills you can deal with creepers. So you come up, you run into them, back up, whack them again. Now you can also fight them in water, so their damage won't be as powerful. So now you go map, that, and you see it's exploded, and there you go. Now it would have been nice to finish off killing him, because then we wouldn't have some experience points. Yeah, we'd like some balls. I'd like to get them balls. Makes us feel manly men. Oh, you have your wool back, Mrs. Sheep. Well, yes, I want to say it's very nice wool. Well, yeah, it is. I'm not serious. You just can't take a compliment. So anyways, we have to make a bed with 3 wood down there and the wool on top. Kind of make a layer. A double layer cake, kind of. So that's pretty neat right there. With a bed, you can place it down. Since it's not getting night and dark, you can sleep in, or you can do some mining down the ground. Now you can do what I've done here. Gone down, chipping myself way down to an area. I did not know there would be a cavern down here, but if you find one, enter it with caution, for you do not know what you will come across. For example, this. Lava. Dangerous. Deadly. Whenever you're exploring an area like this, you want to always know where you're going, or where you've been, more accurately. So you make yourself, as always, some torches. I like to usually put it on more of my right side. But in areas like this, where it's wide and can see, I try to put some around. Light up a good area. Give myself a good feeling where I am at. I like to use lots of the natural environment for climbing. Just want to the right. You see mobs there, be careful of them. Especially when you're exploring caves and you don't have lots of defense. Now we're going to have to get rid of that lava, but I like the natural light of it. Now with skeletons, you just give them a nice few whacks, and they crumble underneath their feet. And we get their experience points. Now with any material, you want to mine it up, you get some balls from these. And now you can pick up the coal and you can get some nice on it. Yeah, and there's another thing. Tip. Do not mine directly down or directly up. You don't want anything to fall down on you. You don't want to fall into anything like lava. That will burn and cause you to lose lots of stuff. Not a very pleasant experience. Now with water, you just simply can swim up, or you can use it to carry down a hole. Now with zombies, well, that works. But you don't get the balls, unfortunately. So I like to call them Miss Dr. Brain. They like brains and they're not very intelligent. Why call them something opposite than what they are? Well, because it's funny. Entertaining. As always, you want to put right. Oh, creep. Ah! See, this is why we have a respawning point. See? Already had us respawn. So now we're going to have to try to get that again. You lose your stuff, you lose all that. You gotta see me to die. I'm not embarrassed about that. I admit that I screwed up on that one. Get some of your stuff back. Now you're gonna have to remind yourself up. And see, this is why you want to try to get some armor going and building. Now, as you can see, I have them on my left side, as always. Well, right side, actually. Now, if you come to a path that's, like, divergent with the normal path, place one in the middle, so you know that it's a fork. It's a good way to know where you've been, and a good way to mark your path, and as always, try to get on the right side. I believe that covers a lot of the good basics. You always want to be on your guard because you don't want to get something to blow you up like a creeper did. See, you get to learn from my mistakes. My mistakes are going to be your teachers. Another thing is you want to build yourself a chest so that you don't always lose all your stuff. You want good supplies of that, especially with iron or anything valuable. You will feel extra tools on hand if you need to. You want to move this into here. Since I have that sword down pretty low, I am going to build a stone sword to make a better one. Actually, let's make an iron one, because that is way better than a stone sword. I don't know the exact numbers of hits it can take, but if you're interested in that, you can check the Wikipedia on that information. Now, since it's nighttime, I can easily go to sleep. As you can tell, go fade and go sleepy, and then we can go out again. Now I'm going to climb back up here, and now, as you can tell, it's getting day, it's light, and lots of monsters are going away except the creepers. As you can tell, I have replanted a couple saplings that I have gotten. You always want to be able to replant them. It's a really good thing to have on hand. Now, Now this is going to run out, so you don't want to kill all the animals within the area, but you want to kill some to keep on building until you build a farm. Now, as a farm, at the current point, you have to lure them with wheat. And to make wheat, you need to get some grass. Now, with grass, you can just punch it, punch it, punch it. Get some seeds. Now, I like to start with a wheat farm with 2 seeds usually. Sometimes 4. Depends how much you want to get. You can keep on punching it. For this demonstration, I'll keep 2. But since I got 4, we have 4. Now, usually I like to find a good area. Now, to make a good wheat farm, I like to usually have a couple of dirt. Now, dirt is very important to have with, well, wheat. Now you want to find some dirt. You want to bring that with you. Now we're going to find a good place to start a small little wheat farm. I'll probably look for another place, but for now, we can use this. Now, I like to usually find an area where it has a good shallow end. But you can build a wheat farm kind of off it if you want to. But for this demonstration, I'll just use this. Now I have to do 4. Now you want to have a hoe, which I did not bring with me, but I have it in my chest. It is important that you carry several key tools when you're farming. Now go in here, do that. Grab my hoe. Now let's get ourselves a shovel for this. And the shovel will be good to use to make way for any misplaced I'm trying to think, dirt. And we want to place that dirt right in the water, as you have seen here. If you misplace one, you can always use dirt. Punching it is fine, but I prefer to use a shovel. Now with the hoe, you want to take that hoe, make sure you give it a good whack on the ground. That's mostly with I think it's your right click, I believe. Let's go. So you get that. Let's go and get nice and hydrated, so now you can pull that and it'll grow in the sunlight. Looks wonderful. Looks beautiful. Yes, you quite agree, don't you, Mrs. Sheep? Hey, Mr. Moo, how are you guys doing? They can't hear me, can they? Too far for their hearing. Sorry about that silent moment. I was just staring at the sheep for a... Just trying to think. No. Now you see, this is a pretty good area. You can wander around, check out the area before you a little bit. Exploring, I don't like to, especially in the beginning, I don't like to explore too far. I like to get a good region where I am at. Check it out. There's a few, another ravine. This is a good area so far. Pretty good area. And there's some mountains, as you can tell. This is very basic exploration. Later on I'll get onto some boats, maps, and other things. Are good exploration ways. So for now, oh, I see some clay. Now it's all over the place. Now you can get some clay if you find any. Always good to have a little bit of variety of bricks to build us. Isn't that right? And look, it's a derpy squid. They try to swim into the dirt. Derpy derp. Derpy. We're just swimming around. Should call him something, but I don't really want to call him anything right now. Can't think of anything. I kind of want to call him a kind of derpy name, you know, name that just sounds derpy when you just hear it. So anyways, that's basically my tips of the day. I want to keep this relatively short. I don't want to over elongate it. So when I don't think of any other good tips, I'll probably, since I covered quite a bit on this episode, I think we'll be ready for some basic stuff, some more complex strategies of combat, and more complex little tips and tricks of exploring certain areas, and we'll go from there. So, if you enjoyed this tips and tricks episode, a like is always appreciated. If you want more videos like this, a subscribe if you want. It's always a treat nice to have. And this is Ardelundum89 signing off with peace and love.